Hello everyone, I'm Finn from FinnBrick42, and right here in front of me I have set 70841 Benny Space Squad, which retails for $9.99 US and $13.99 Canadian. This is a really cool set, and it has lots of really interesting minifigures, although they all are pretty similar, so I'll get into showing some of the features to you. First off, I want to say how happy I am to really just get some classic space minifigures, as I never got any of the older sets. They're really cool to have, and I think that I could probably use them in a funny stop motion at some point, so stay tuned for that. Right here we have the Spaceship, which is very nice and uses this printed piece of the classic space logo on a 2x4 slope. The ship itself has a steering wheel and a place for a minifigure to seat, and luckily, because of this piece that they use at the back, there's space for a minifigure's backpack for air to fit. And that just can rest in there, which is very nice and convenient. There's an antenna piece right here, and at the back is an engine just made out of one of these dome type pieces. And that just connects onto the anti-stud right there. Next up is a Rover, which has some pretty nice wheels, and it rows very well. It has two clips at the back so you can store accessories which come inside the set. It has lots of really useful pieces, and this is really cool how it includes this, because this is an old piece and I never thought I would get one. It comes with the walkie-talkie, a wrench, and a metal detector, all very useful pieces. One thing that I did find kind of strange is how they use these quite new 2x2 with only two stud pieces when they're trying to represent something old, but I guess that's just because it's an available piece and can't all be using old pieces, otherwise we'd have old gray colors. And last but not least is this cool looking robot. I really like how they built it. It's quite simple, but it works really well and it stands up perfectly. It's got its own little antenna piece here, and I'm guessing that this would be some sort of sensor, and some robotics arms that can move around and hold various items. Right here is Benny with his classic space attire. This is a really great minifigure, and it has some features on it that represent age and wear. On the front, the printing for this classic space logo represents that it's all worn, and they have a special mode for the helmet that shows it being cracked, which I guess was very common for the older style of helmets, which they did fix with these new ones. There's not much to look at because there is no printing apart from on the front, but it does have some very nice coloring. I like the blue. And Benny has two expressions, this one being very happy and excited, probably about having a spaceship, and the opposite one is very opposite, is sad, maybe he does not have a spaceship. This minifigure right here is Kenny, who has very similar printing to Benny, but not worn. You can see that's the unworn classic space logo, and no crack in the helmet. Just on the back, it's just yellow oxygen tank, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Right here is Jenny, and just like Kenny, she has the space logo right here, and it's unworn as well. And they all have the classic space minifigure head, or just classic minifigure head, except for Benny, of course. And two oxygen tanks in white. Can't remember if that's a new color or not. And right here is Lenny, who has this very interesting vibrant pink color, and definitely a new color for the oxygen tanks right here. And once again, classic space logo unworn, and classic smiley face. Really good minifigures. Overall, I think that this is a very, very good set. It has lots of really cool pieces in it that are very useful, and I really like the minifigures that come with it. I also like how it includes some useful pieces for minifigures to hold, and I really like how they did the classic space logo printed on the 2x4 slope. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you have a great day.